Ahoy hoy, I'm Planetwalk, and recently I stumbled across something that appears like it's trying to be flat earth comedy. However, the problem with that is that comedy is meant to be funny. Instead, it feels more like it's content that's supposed to be in Simon Dan's Flat Earth Fail compilation, but ironically has even failed at that. So the video that I'm talking about is a video from Eftupworld called Rotating. Why do you think that? Let's take a look.
Hello all, and welcome to another episode of Eftupworld TV. I'm your host, Simon Dan.
Thank you, come again.
Everyone can see why I think this is trying to be comedy, right? There is just one thing that it's missing that it needs.
Thank you, come again.
See, Eftupworld, I fixed it for you. You can thank me later.
If Earth is supposedly rotating, why don't you have any proof?
I have no idea why Eftupworld chose to put video of Greta here. I mean, he might as well just put video of the Queen and it would make just about as much sense. Although, I might be giving him ideas now. We're also going to have a rotating counter, which is currently at 1, because I'm pretty sure Eftupworld, when making this video, thought, how many times could I use the word rotating within 1 minute?
It is like you have to imagine something to believe that it is rotating. Why do you think it is rotating?
So that question there actually has a very simple answer. That answer being, that's what the evidence shows. There are things that a rotating Earth predicts, such as the Coriolis effect, the Utvush effect, and things being lighter at the equator, just to name a few. All of these effects have been observed. So if you want to go ahead and say that the Earth isn't spinning, then you have to explain how all of these effects can occur without the Earth spinning.
I think it is not rotating. I live on it, and I don't see any reason to believe that it is rotating. What could possibly make you think it is rotating? If it was rotating, you would have evidence of it rotating, but it is just sitting there, perfectly stationary with no signs at all of any rotating.
So the rotating is finally over, and we got a total of 9. You know, you probably could have done a little better than that, Eftupworld. So the argument there basically boils down to, I haven't seen any evidence that the Earth is rotating, so therefore it's not rotating. Except, I did mention some things earlier. I should also add that a rotating flat Earth actually makes a lot more sense than a stationary flat Earth. I made a video on that.
Make sure to subscribe to Eftupworld for more Flat Earth videos. Thank you very much for watching. And until the next one, I'm Simon Dan.
My question here is, what does Simon Dan even have to do with this video? Did Eftupworld just put Simon Dan in the video so that he could put Simon Dan in the thumbnail? That's probably what he did, actually. But anyway, that attempt at comedy, I think, isn't the only thing that I've seen from Eftupworld recently. There is another video that is unintentionally funnier than what we just watched.
We all grew up in a world that everybody thought was a planet. We were taught that Earth was a planet among 7 other planets in a solar system orbiting the Sun. Let me challenge this.
Alright, what is your evidence that Earth is not a planet? Go!
I looked into the etymology of the word planet.
You know, where words come from is only evidence for where words come from. You can't use where words come from to say that Earth is not a planet. I mean, you can try, but you're going to be wrong. So, let's see where this is going.
It isn't a good word. I have to say that after learning how this word has been used, I don't want to believe I live on a planet.
He almost makes it sound as though the word planet used to be a slur, aimed at flat earthers by ancient people. But regardless of whether it used to be a slur or not, it doesn't change the fact that Earth is a planet, so you live on a planet.
In the Greek, the word is Strong's 4107 planets. This word planets is a masculine noun derived from Strong's 4105 planeo. Planeo means go astray, get off course, to deviate from the correct path, circuit, course, roaming into error, wandering, be misled.
So all of this is really to be expected. I have heard flat earthers state so many times that planets used to be called wandering stars. the one time that they are correct about something. So it's no wonder then that the word planet is derived from a word for wandering. But it seems as though Eftupworld is just going to completely ignore the wandering aspect.
Planeo is the root of the English term, planet, wandering body. Here is what blueletterbeable.org had on that word. To cause to stray, to lead astray, led aside from the right way. To go astray, wander, roam about. Metaph. To lead away from the truth, to lead into error, to deceive.
So I have a little bit of advice for Eftupworld. When copying and pasting stuff into your text-to-speech, maybe if something says something like metaph, expand it into what it's meant to be, metaphor. Otherwise it becomes very, very obvious that you're just copying and pasting. And your primary school teacher will mark you down for that.
So it sounds to me like there might be something about those 7 planets that is evil and trying to mislead mankind. Have they caused us to go astray from the truth?
You gotta love when flat earthers just completely ignore obvious explanations in favour of making stuff up.
I see that the 7 planets are not like the fixed stars are on their courses and they move about going back and forth without a fixed course.
Is someone going to tell them, or do I have to be the one to do it? I guess I'll do it. So what you've just said there about how the planets move can easily be explained by the heliocentric model. And hey, in the heliocentric model, the planets have fixed paths. See how simple everything becomes when you adhere to reality?
It sounds like this word might be used to describe them because they have done something different than all the other stars and are not in obedience to God. They deviate from their appropriate course in order to mislead mankind on Earth.
He almost had it until he went into the batshit crazy stuff. Think of it like this. People used to think that the planets were stars. And these stars to them didn't move how all the other stars moved. They wandered over time, so they called them wandering stars. This does not mean that planets are actually somehow wandering stars that are actually attempting to deceive people. How do you even come to the conclusion that stars, or at least planets, are sentient?
I read about them in the Book of Enoch. They are actually spirits of heaven. Angels.
That was meant to be rhetorical, but thank you for answering the question, I guess.
And they take those forms to defile mankind and lead them astray. This is starting to make more sense every day.
Except to be a flat earther, you have to believe that there are so many people that are lying to you, yet not one of these people has come forward and said the earth is actually flat. You also have to believe that during the time of Jesus, which was a time when people thought that the earth was a globe, Jesus didn't come forward and say, hey guys, the earth is actually flat. Which is something that Jesus surely would have known if he was the Son of God.
I don't live on a planet. I live on Earth. There are no other places in the sky. The planets are in darkness, falling around the sun, and all the planets will fall into the abyss in the end.
You know, he is actually right about one thing there. All the planets are falling around the sun. It's called orbiting, but he's right about that at least.
I am glad we don't have to go anywhere to get off the planet. Take a leap of faith and open your eyes and ears to the truth.
That almost sounds like you're saying that if you want to get off this planet, you just have to jump off the edge of it.
The Earth is not a planet. We don't live on a planet. That is just a lie we all believed our whole lives. Don't be deceived. Thank you for listening and considering these things.
You know, repeating a phrase over and over again doesn't make it any more true. Truth is decided by evidence, something which your video sorely lacked. You know, maybe next time you can actually bring some evidence that the earth is flat, although I won't be holding my breath. But anyway, that is it for this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you liked this video, and leave a comment, let me know what you'd like me to do for future videos. As always, a huge shout out to my $20 or more patrons. Hugh Jarsz, M.C.Nutkin, Jane Spade, SHaKie, Wolfie, Morrie, Graymore Ghost, KidVicious, and Sacha Campbell. If you want to support me financially, you can do so on Patreon. There should be a link there. But anyway, I will see you in the next video. Between you and me, thank you for watching.